Faith for the future is the belief that no matter what life has thrown your way, there are better days ahead. It's about trusting that your current circumstances don't determine your destiny and that the challenges you face are not the final chapter of your story. Faith allows you to look beyond what you see in the natural and believe for something greater. It's the ability to stand firm in hope, even when everything around you seems uncertain, and to trust that what's ahead is filled with purpose, promise, and divine possibilities. When you have faith for the future, you stop relying solely on your own strength, and you start leaning on something bigger than yourself. Life will have its ups and downs, times when things fall into place, and times when it feels like everything is falling apart. But faith gives you the anchor you need to weather the storms. It reminds you that God is working behind the scenes, even when you can't see it. Faith says, I may not understand it right now, but I trust that something good is coming out of this. Having faith for the future doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It means choosing to believe that your current setback could be the setup for your greatest comeback. It means keeping your heart open to new opportunities. Even when you've experienced disappointment, maybe you've prayed for things that didn't happen the way you hoped. Maybe you've faced closed doors, unexpected detours, or seasons where it felt like nothing was going your way. But faith for the future reminds you that one closed door doesn't mean the end of your journey. It just means that something better could be waiting on the other side. One of the keys to having faith for the future is learning to let go of fear. Fear will try to keep you stuck, whispering lies like, you'll never succeed, or what if things don't work out? But faith silences those voices by reminding you of who you are and whose you are. It helps you step forward with boldness, even when you don't have all the answers. Faith is about taking that first step, even when the path isn't clear, and trusting that each step will bring you closer to where you're meant to be. Another part of having faith for the future is cultivating patience. Sometimes we want things to happen right now, on our timeline, but faith teaches us to trust in divine timing. Just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean things aren't happening behind the scenes. Seeds take time to grow, and while you're waiting, faith gives you the strength to keep believing, keep hoping, and keep moving forward. Faith for the future also means believing in your own growth. You're not the same person you were last year, last month, or even last week. You've learned, you've grown, and you've been shaped by the experiences you've been through. The future isn't just about what happens to you, it's about who you become along the way. When you have faith, you start to see yourself through a different lens, not as someone who's limited by their past, but as someone who's being prepared for something extraordinary. Leaving the past behind is one of the most liberating choices you can make. It's not always easy, because the past has a way of clinging to us. Old wounds, regrets, and disappointments can linger in our minds, making it difficult to move forward. But the truth is, you can't embrace the future while holding on to what's already gone. You weren't created to live stuck in the past. You were created to grow, to move forward, and to step into the new things that life has to offer. The past may have shaped you, but it doesn't have to define you. Maybe you've experienced heartbreak, failure, or missed opportunities. Maybe you've made mistakes that you wish you could take back. We've all been there. But holding on to those regrets only keeps you bound to something that can't be changed. It's like trying to run a race while dragging a heavy weight behind you. You'll never reach your full potential until you let go. When you leave the past behind, you free yourself to walk in the present with confidence and to pursue the future with hope. Forgiveness plays a huge role in letting go of the past. Maybe someone hurt you deeply and you've been carrying that pain for far too long. Or maybe you need to forgive yourself for choices you made that you wish you hadn't. Forgiveness isn't about condoning what happened or pretending it didn't hurt. It's about releasing yourself from the burden of carrying it. When you forgive, you're not just setting the other person free, you're setting yourself free. You're choosing peace over pain and freedom over bitterness. Letting go of the past also means shifting your mindset. You can't keep replaying old stories in your head and expect to create something new. If you're constantly focused on what went wrong, you'll miss the blessings that are right in front of you. Instead of dwelling on what you've lost, start focusing on what you've gained. The strength, the wisdom, and the resilience that came from walking through difficult seasons. Your past may have been tough, but it didn't break you. You're still standing, and that means you still have purpose. Sometimes leaving the past behind requires making intentional choices. It might mean changing your habits, surrounding yourself with different people, or letting go of things that trigger old memories. It's not about forgetting where you've been. It's about refusing to stay there. You have a life to live, and the best way to honor your past is to use it as fuel to propel you forward. Every experience, whether good or bad, has something to teach you. But once you've learned the lesson, it's time to move on. When you leave the past behind, you make room for new possibilities. You create space in your heart and mind for the blessings that are yet to come. You're no longer weighed down by what happened before, and you're free to walk with confidence into a future that is full of promise. Leaving the past behind doesn't mean you forget it. It means you rise above it. It means you choose to move forward with strength, courage, and a heart that's open to all the good things that lie ahead. There's something incredibly powerful about a new beginning. It's more than just a date on the calendar. It's a mindset, a shift in perspective, and an opportunity to step into something fresh and exciting. A new beginning means you have the chance to leave behind what didn't work, learn from the lessons of the past, and embrace the hope of a brighter future. It's a reminder that no matter how many times you've fallen, struggled, or faced disappointment, you can always rise again. Sometimes life can feel like it's stuck on repeat. We go through the motions, doing the same things, facing the same problems, and wondering if things will ever change. But here's the beauty of a new beginning. It breaks that cycle. It's a chance to hit the reset button, to reimagine what your life could be, and to chart a new course forward. You may not be able to change everything overnight, but when you decide to start fresh, you invite new possibilities into your life. A new beginning isn't about pretending that the past never happened. It's about acknowledging where you've been, but refusing to let it define where you're going. It's about giving yourself grace, knowing that even if you've made mistakes, God's mercy is new every morning. It's a chance to release the regrets, the bitterness, and the disappointments that have been weighing you down, and to step into the freedom of a fresh start. Sometimes the hardest part of a new beginning is simply letting go. We hold on to what's familiar even when it's no longer serving us, because change can be uncomfortable. But a new beginning requires courage. It requires the willingness to take a step of faith, even when you don't have all the answers. It's about trusting that what's ahead is greater than what's behind. New beginnings are also a time to dream again. Maybe life hasn't turned out the way you hoped. Maybe you've been through setbacks that made you question your purpose. But a new beginning is a chance to reignite those dreams, to believe again, and to trust that God's plan for your life is still unfolding. When you embrace a new beginning, you step into a world of possibility. You give yourself permission to grow, to heal, and to become everything you were created to be. A new beginning is not just about starting over. It's about stepping forward with hope in your heart and faith in your future. Setting new intentions is about making a conscious decision to live with purpose, focus, and clarity. It's different from setting vague resolutions that often fade after a few weeks. Intentions go deeper. They are the foundation for the choices you make and the direction you take in your life. When you set new intentions, you're not just hoping for change. You're actively creating it by aligning your thoughts, actions, and energy with what truly matters to you. It's about being intentional in how you live each day, and it starts with understanding who you want to become and what you want to achieve. When you set new intentions, you're giving yourself permission to envision a better version of your life. It's easy to drift through life, letting circumstances dictate your path, but intentions bring focus and direction. They act as a compass, guiding your choices and helping you stay aligned with your values and goals. Maybe you want to be more present with your family, cultivate healthier habits, or deepen your faith. Whatever your intentions are, they remind you of your why and keep you grounded even when life gets busy or challenging. Setting new intentions requires self-reflection. It's important to take a step back and evaluate where you've been, where you are now, and where you want to go. What has been working in your life and what hasn't? What habits or mindsets do you need to let go of in order to create space for something new? This process is about judging yourself. It's about gaining clarity so that you can move forward with purpose. When you take the time to reflect, you give yourself the opportunity to realign your actions with the life you truly want to live. One of the keys to setting new intentions is to be specific. It's not enough to say, I want to be happier or I want to be successful. What does happiness look like to you? What does success mean in your life? When you get clear on what you're aiming for, you can create actionable steps that will help you move in that direction. For example, if your intention is to improve your health, you might set specific actions like drinking more water, getting regular exercise, and prioritizing rest. These small, intentional choices add up over time and create lasting change. Another important part of setting new intentions is staying flexible. Life is unpredictable and sometimes things don't go according to plan. But that doesn't mean you've failed or that your intentions are no longer valid. It just means you may need to adjust your approach. Flexibility allows you to stay open to new opportunities and possibilities that you might not have considered before. When you remain adaptable, you're better able to navigate the twists and turns of life without losing sight of your ultimate goals.